back to In the Huddle with Bill Scott and Green Bay offensive lineman TJ Lang.
Back here at the fifth quarter in Little Chute, thanks to the many stations along our Woodward Radio Network lines carrying the show this season and all season, including WJMQ in Clintonville, WHBY and WSCO here in Appleton, and WRPN in Ripon. It's time now to announce our winner of the Granite Peak Ski Package. Let's go back out to Justin Hull.
We'll go with Christy from Reedsburg with the Super Bowl potential question. So Christy in Reedsburg picks up that prize pack.
All right, so you'll get Christy's information, and
we will email you, Christy, and get that information sent out to you.
Outstanding. Christy, enjoy your Granite Peak Ski Package. Again, that's a value better than $400, and it is just that simple, folks. You email us during the week or during the night of the show. We'll read those questions on the air, and we could pick your question. And that is the winner of the Granite Peak Ski Package. Well, the Buffalo Bills are next up. Do you know anything about the Bills right now?
Well, I know they held a pretty good Miami football team to 15 points, and Miami's got a pretty good rushing team with Ricky Williams and Ronnie Brown back there. So, I know they changed schemes going from a 4-3 to a 3-4, and they got some pretty good players on their team. So, they're not a team to be overlooked.
Yeah, they also tallied only, and I know Miami's defense pretty good, 166 yards of offense. So, I don't know if that's going to improve this week at all. But I know the way I saw some of the Packers flying around defensively, this could be a pretty good game for you guys.
Yeah, they'll definitely be a challenge.
Anybody on that? Lee Evans? Lee Evans, a former Badger.
I don't even know who that is. Couldn't tell you.
Who else is Buffalo? Trent Edwards, quarterback. Brian Brom,
Brian Brom,
Green Bay Packer. What would it take?
Frank said, "Just give me 5 plays, I'll get 1 sack."
What would it take for Brian Brom to get into that football game?
Yeah, probably Clay Matthews and Brad Jones just going out there being monsters. Probably fix that problem.
You got to take out the first 2, right? All right. So Packers Monday. What do you guys do when you come to work on Mondays, day after a game?
Usually get a lift in the morning, and we usually go to film work, watch the game from the day before and have a little meeting and go over the positives and negatives and, fix some stuff that went wrong and, also continue to build on the positives. So it's a pretty relaxed day. I mean, the lift is actually pretty tough, but, that's pretty much it. It's a pretty relaxed day.
When you watch it, do you watch it as a whole team or you watch it by position groups? Or?
We go by position. Okay. Yeah, we'll usually meet offense, defense, and we'll talk about what we did good as a unit. And, when we break up into specific positions, we'll talk about how we did as a group and what we need to do to continue to get better.
So how was that offensive line meeting today?
Like I said, there was a couple plays in there. I think 3 or 4 drives into the game where we weren't playing our best football, but. We did a lot of good things too as a unit, and the guys were those guys have been playing together all preseason, so they had some chemistry going on, and after those couple tough plays we had, we continued to play a pretty decent game up front, and there's a lot of good things, there's a lot of bad things, so we're going to try to continue to build on the good and fix the bad.
One of the other players that went down in that game for the Packers was Ryan Grant, left with a sprained ankle. Apparently. That ankle is a fairly serious ankle injury, and Mike McCarthy said it likely involves some ligament damage in the ankle as well. So he's already almost ineffectively been ruled out of the game against Buffalo, and they're still doing more testing and trying to come up with a timetable to see if there would be any more missed time, if at all. So what that means is, at least for 1 week, Brandon Jackson's going to get a call. I thought Brandon Jackson ran pretty well yesterday.
Yeah, he's a guy who, ever since last year, he's a guy that when he gets his opportunity, he takes advantage of it. He had a big year for us last year coming off the bench and getting some touchdowns. And also, his third down protection, picking up blitzers. Sometimes you watch him just, stop a 260-pound linebacker right in the hole. So he's a tough player. He works his butt off, and he's going to be good for us if he has to step in and play. So we really don't, as an offensive line, I know for instance, you know, when we go from Ryan Grant to Brandon Jackson, our mindset doesn't change. Both those guys can get us yards and get us points. So, you know, hopefully Ryan's back, but if he's not, we feel great with Ryan, or Brandon back there.
Right, and then John Kuhn would be the backup halfback / fullback. And Brad and Joe Philbin said today, he said, we can't give Kuhn too many carries, though, because it might mess up his per carry average or his touchdown ratio. So that guy gets it done when it comes to, I mean, when he touches the ball, something good happens most of the time.
Yeah, he's a plow, man. He gets in there and he gets you yards, and if he smells a goal line, nothing's stopping him from getting in there. So I love watching him play. He's another guy that, you know, he's so determined. When he gets that ball, he wants to score.
Yeah. Frank, Lambeau Field, this time it's for real. The crowd, I mean, if you thought the crowd was excited for the Indianapolis game when you walked on Lambeau Field for that one, wait till Sunday.
I couldn't imagine. It's gonna be an amazing thing.
Yeah, are you the kind of guy that gets, you know, kind of nervous for that kind of stuff, or?
I don't get too nervous. You know, I'm a confident player. But you know, my first game at Lambeau, I think it's just, you know, as soon as I run out of that tunnel, just a huge smile comes across my face, and you know, you realize where you're at and how far you've come, and you know, it's just Lambeau Field. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to seeing you. Thanks for coming out this evening, and best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
All right, TJ, you and I will be back here again next Monday night.
Look forward to it.
TJ Lang and Frank Zombo, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back again next week after the Packers take on the Buffalo Bills at Lambeau Field. Back with more next week. So long, everybody. You've been listening to In the Huddle on the Woodward Radio Network.